everybody, it's Bruce, Northwest Nature Calls, and I am real excited. I got a hold of a Hilleberg Nallo. This is the Nallo 3, but they make the Nallo 2, and they make the Nallo 4, and they make the regular version and the GT version if you're familiar with Hilleberg at all. But I'm also trying out some new stuff today, so a headset so I can do wireless talking. I'm going to make it better, but this is a good test for me. And the GoPro. So this is the Nallo from Hilleberg tents, and it is an award-winning tent. A bunch of awards in Norway and Germany and Europe, and it's really from everything that I've seen is like the backpacker's dream tent. I know there's a lot of tents that are out there and that are cheaper, but if you know anything about Hilleberg, they use probably some of the strongest materials. So you know your trip's not going to end. They use the best poles. I'll show you those. This is their Kerlon fabric. It's the Kerlon 1200, which for right now is their lightest fabric. They also have a Kerlon 18, and I think they have one that's even stronger than that because they build tents for like the Arctic zone and all that, and expedition level. But this is really, if I was considering like a hiking tent for backpacking, this would be right in the mix. I do have like the REI Quarter Dome 3. I've got a Kelty, Salida. You know, I've got a lot of tents, and you know, this is one that's, you know, even though I think it's in the mid 700s for this tent, you know, it's all kind of relative. You know, I know people that spend at least that on a video card for their gaming computer. I know people that spend that on clothes, you know, a pair of a purse or whatever. So it's all kind of relative. And if you're looking for something that to invest in that you'll use a lot, you know, this is a great tent, a great investment. But this here's the Nallo 3, and I just can't wait to take a look at it. It's got some really neat features that I'll point out. And if you want to know more about the Hilleberg fabrics, they will send you a really cool brochure, and in that brochure they have samples of their fabric. So you can sit there and tear at it all day. They send you some other fabrics, and you can just tear away at it. And this stuff doesn't tear. I have not been able to tear it personally, and I don't know anybody that has been able to tear it. It's that strong. And when it gets right down to it, so it's like the mid 750s or right around there. The Hillebergs they're a true double wall tent normally. They this is a tunnel tent. Most of their tents are tunnel tents, which is you'll see a lot of that in Europe. You'll see what a tunnel tent is when I mean it, but it's probably the strongest design for high winds and all that type of stuff. So I just got to find one of the things that Hilleberg does really nicely is they think about how the person's going to set it up, and usually it's in the wind, and so they set it up so you start, you know, with your stuff in the wind, which I guess you do with most tents, but these tents are really designed that way. I mean, a lot of tents you just put in the you know, one corner down. This actually, the whole design of the tent and how it will go up. Oh, here's their new X-Peg. It's made by the DAC company. Oh, that's really interesting. I don't know if this show, these GoPros don't really. So it's not like your MSR, like a tri-peg. So it has just a concave on that side and smooth on that side. So that's interesting. And it comes with a really nice cordage. This cordage is really strong on the stakes, and then on the tent itself, it's a little different cordage. So what they do is you find, say, the back end of it. This looks like it might be. You stake out a corner and you stake it out. I'm not going to push all these down completely. which is what you're supposed to do, is push your pegs in 45 degrees. Got that trigger. 45 degrees. Yeah, it looks like the right end. 45 degrees to the tent. Then you push them all the way in to the ground until just the top is showing. So yeah, very cool. All right, and then they have adjustable, so you stake it out 45 degrees so that the peg is 45 degrees. And on the Nallo, actually, the tent pull-outs, or these little things here, you bring those out at 45 degrees. I'll tap them in a little bit. There is the, I think it would be the back of the tent. So that would be, you know, that would probably be the most likely into the wind piece. Lay it out. Okay, so now they have two different poles. They have one long, one short, and these are right now the DAC poles. Super lightweight. These are probably their 10 mil pole. They have really bad eyesight. That's why they're 10 mil. It's like the short end. But what they do, I mean, DAC might be their pole today. And I see the pegs are DAC. They used to have their own peg. Now they got the DAC, but they always strive to have the highest quality material, and so they use the highest quality poles. So it might not be DAC tomorrow. Full sleeves to where the poles right up, and you always find the one end of it where it feeds in, and it looks like it's the other end. So let's go over to this side. And on this tent, they have they mark their sleeves because each pole has its own color. So this has a red tape on it. The other one doesn't have any tape on it. And right here on the sleeve, you have a red tape on the sleeve. So that's where this is going to go. Push it through, and then you pull fabric across the pole until it seats. It's like a cordura in there. Pull it down. I'll get some video of this later, close up. They have little pole cups, and these are big enough. You can do two poles if you're in real nasty weather. Then you pull this strap up until the cup's in line with the bottom of the fabric. So right here, this is the cup right here, and you pull it up until it's in line with the fabric. There's the red tape there. So you can put the two poles right in there. Yeah, so they are double wall tents, and it's really cool once we get in here. It's pretty much with every one of their tents, except I think like their ride, which is like a super ultralight. But they have this inner tent that you can, it's pull tight. A couple more pegs. They do come with, see, I got 4 out there, like 10 pegs. You know, and when they talk about their, kind of lift it up, bring it down, bring it out. When they talk about their weight, it is the full pack weight, with all of these really nice pegs. It's one thing I gotta say is, like, a lot of the tents I've got, they do supply pegs, but they're just crappy pegs, and they're lines are really junky lines. This, you get this very nice cordage. So there it is. Here's one of the vents. It's got a wire that you can form. It's that Kerlon 1200 that I just love. So now we'll use the little straps on the pegs. We will get it looking real nice. Go around the back side. Just gorgeous. Let's kind of move around, hope we can get it. So here is the entrance to the tent. So let's go ahead and just take a look at the way it sits right now. So the door has actually 3 ways of opening. This is just one of them. So here you can see the inner tent. I'll grab another camera. Inner tent. Let's see if I can get this out of the way. So here's the inner tent, and they use a light yellow, and so it makes it really light inside. What's really cool. Yeah, so here is the interior of the tent. So it's very nice. What's nice is this is the, so they're 3, and like all tent manufacturers, they all say it's 3, and they base that off of skinny people or whatever, but so I use 25-inch wide sleeping mats, and this would be 2 people in here. And right here they've even included a little clothes drying string. But what's really nice, I guess, with this is that you can take this whole inner part of the tent out of here, and so all you have is the outer green, or it comes in red or sand or tan, I think. But you can take this completely out. You can use this separate. You just have to get a pole kit that makes this its own tent. You can also get just a fully screened inner tent. And so this tent weighs, I think it's like 5 pounds, 12 ounces all together, bag, pegs, lines, and this yellow inner. If you take this out and put just the screen one, you're going to lose some weight there. I think that's what, 2.6 kilograms for the whole package. You can just get you can have that bug net inner and have that set up as its own tent. So here you're really getting a lot of options. But most of my 3 and 4 person tents, I mean, this would be right there with the lightest of all of them. This would probably be the most durable of all of them. And definitely would be the best in, let's say, high wind situations. So this is the interior. Yeah, nice little touch. So true double wall. It's gonna minimize the moisture. Moisture will collect, like all tents, and it'll run down the outside and then just go right to the ground and go away. One of the big questions in double wall tents is ventilation. Well, if it's a big, they've done a lot. I'll show you some other cool things they've done. Here's a vent here. There's a vent on the front. You could do the mesh inner, all mesh inner. If that's a question. So there's lots of answers to that question. But it's like any tent. I've been using my Kelty Salida a lot lately because I do like a little bit of privacy. I'm not a big all mesh tent because all mesh you have no privacy, and then you end up putting your rain fly on anyway. But like my Kelty Solitas, you know, they have it like solid up to a certain point, and then it's mesh on the top. So you know, that's kind of the going thought pattern. Take you out. So here you can see. So this is how it's connected up, just toggles. You can undo those toggles and take this out completely, or you can push it back. There's the vestibule area. You know, you could easily cook in there. All your gear could go in there, so you're not invading this space with your gear. You know, so it's very usable. Here is the guy lines. So if you're in heavy weather, it has a really nice line locks on it. Real easy to use line locks. Real solid. And what they've done with this tent, which makes it kind of a real unique tent as far as you know, the backpacker and ventilation. So they actually made it so you can unzip this back part and on both sides, and you get a whole bunch of wind that would be going up and air circulation all the way through, a real nice through, so both sides can go up. I've never seen that before. That's Hilleberg's answer to that, which I think, you know, they look like real traditional tents all the time, but this one here really stands out to me as kind of the modern Hilleberg design. You know, just a little feature like that is, I think, really neat. I mean, it's just a fantastic tent to begin with. And then they go so far as to do that kind of little treatment to it. I'll put out one of the guy lines so you can see how that works. So they have real nice tie off there, real nice tie off there. They always have two coming off. So you put it in there, and then these line locks just come right down. You don't ever want to flatten your poles. You want to keep that nice arch. But then you put them off at different angles. You know, if you're really going for the heavy winds, which these are famous for. So that a few other things they do. I think it's called the flat feld on everything. In here, there's a separate bag that has a repair kit and an extra pole. You know, so you're really seeing a lot. Trigger! Hello, puppy. Okay, so a couple more door configurations. This is all in the vent up there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, you can just take off you can say have it like that, and you can untoggle this little bottom piece right here, and now you've got a full side entry way of going. So I mean, you've got another option for just quick in and out entry fashion there. But yeah, this is, it's just this beautiful. This is a Kerlon 1200 too. So I mean, they've really meant this. They don't even make it in their stronger storm fabric. I mean, so they're saying this is our lightweight backpack tent, and no doubt about it, it is. And you can go around and around and around with weights and all that kind of stuff, but in price. But I just think this is such a high quality tent. So that is the Nallo 3. That was a lot to go over, but I mean, if you want more information about the Nallo 3, oh yeah, there's a little reflector. Most tent companies are doing that. If you want more, the Hilleberg.com, they've got all their tents out there. But this one, it's 5 pounds, 12 ounces, everything, 2.6 kilograms. And then if you start changing things in and out, you know, you're talking even lighter. And, you know, that's less than my Kelty Salida 4. That's probably a few ounces less than my REI quarter dome 3. But, you know, I'd easily put this in my backpack, and hopefully this weekend I'll get to do that. So before I have to give it back. So there it is. Thanks a lot. If you have any questions more on it that the Hilleberg site can't answer, or you want me to answer specifically, because I am luckily getting a chance to see all these tents and play with them, go ahead and ask. You know, this is another beautiful tent. I understand their logic. You know, that's probably the one thing about Hilleberg. All right. Oh, my new little puppy dog got out and ran down the street to another dog. So sorry, I don't remember where I was, but thank you very much. Please feel free to ask any questions, and I'll talk to you later.